It's your boy Black Rue back with another video. But before we get started, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black Rue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe always black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our black or investing. Best believe it was black or investing. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or investing. Best believe it was black or investing.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Black Rue back in the house here. Back on the Gentleman of Crypto. What's up, Crypto Warriors? What is up, Black Rue crew? We got a lot to talk about today. Straight up crypto Crazytown out here. Coinbase, Binance, Gensler, XRP. Everything's just crazy over here, you know. My terrible Alex Jones voice right there. So glad to have GT Nuts in the house. Let's go ahead and share screen here. So yeah, y'all. Some crazy stuff going on. So let's just start with the whole Binance woes, okay? So Binance, sued by the SEC, it's not, it seems like it's not that big of a story, but it is, It's like, that Gary Gensler and them had it out for Binance since the whole, FTX thing, right? So we if my ledger states right, I'm going to Thailand. Hey boy, like GT Nuts, don't even. I'm so close to that whole expat thing. I'm so close, like Thailand, like freaking Colombia, But that's a whole new different subject. So here we go. Binance U.S. clients have 2.2 billion at significant risk after crypto exchange is charged, SEC says. And on that note, Binance US went out and delisted, let me open that in a new tab. They went out and delisted like 100 trading pairs. Crazy. 100 plus trading pairs. I'm not sure that CZ cares that much about it because they only had to create Binance US anyway for the SEC in them because they weren't okay with Binance, and Binance wasn't, hitting all their regulatory bells and whistles, or checklist, should you say. We also know that LCX, Binance didn't hit all the regulatory things with LCX, which is why LCX became LCX on their own instead of going with Binance, right? So it's not just the US, right, who has the sort of an issue with what Binance is doing, right? But if we look at all these advanced trading pairs, I know some people just said it was metaverse, but it's not just metaverse. It also seems to be DeFi. If you look at a lot of these are very solid projects. Maker, Decentraland, what's that? Cadena, Digibyte, Basic Attention Token, Bored Ape, which you know how I'm not for Bored Apes, their social stuff and the way they have like people with like Nazi helmets on and all this type of stuff. But anyways, Bored Ape, API 3, like whole bunch of just like solid projects delisted, including Cosmos. You know what I mean? Like, and all this goes back to shout out to the Telegram. Again, we got links to the Telegram in the description. It's totally free. We got people on here sharing great information, like my guy Ace, who, if we go up here, we got the 10 that they said were securities. So BNB, BUSD, Sol, ADA, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, Sand, Mana, Algo, Axie Infinity, Cody. So basically, Cardano projects, ADA and Cody. Metaverse, as in Axie Infinity, Mana, Sand, Decentraland, and Sandbox. DeFi projects like Atom. Then we got Filecoin, Matic, and Solana, right? And here we go, of course, with B and Binance. Like all of these, honestly, the weakest project on here, to be honest, is like Solana. And we already know Solana got the ends with everybody, right? Sam Bankman-Fried and having a T-Mobile, the Solana phone. So we already know Solana has the ends, right? So like every one of these projects is solid. It's not like we got BitConnect up here or something like that, right? So yeah, that's where we're at with Binance, right? Gensler's coming after them. All of these guys are securities, right? Let me see who we got in the house over here before we continue. Sand ain't going nowhere. Rue, are you familiar with Katie Hahn? I am not. What's up, Boom? So all of these that we just mentioned are solid projects, right? I don't think they're going anywhere. But now, hey, let's be on the lookout. Like I'm like a young Usher boy, just let it all burn, let it burn. All of these might be just be able to get be had on the low here. I know definitely one of we've been talking about is Algorand. Algorand is definitely got kind of kicked in the face because of all of this. And we already know like it's solid, right? We've already been over the fact that Algorand has the Bank of Italy. They're doing stuff for them. We already know that Algorand's has a CBDC in the Marshall Islands. We already know Algorand's fast. We already know like Algorand has so much going for it. But yet, under 13 cents, right? We was talking about it at like 15 cents, the lowest you've had it in 3 years. Hell, still great buy at 12 cents. Of course, you're never going to catch the perfect bottom. But again, this was as high as $3, y'all. You're getting it for 12.5 cents, right? Oh man, just like salivating over these, right? It's crazy discounts right now. And I'm curious, I wonder if this like corresponds like these days correspond to something like esoteric or not, but crazy stuff. So we got that going on. And then we got Coinbase suing the SEC. And then coming out behind that, we got Coinbase issued show cause notice by 10 U.S. states. So basically here, and shout out to, I think, E shared this in the Telegram. Shout out to my Telegram guys. Just tons of information in there, guys. Totally free to join the Telegram. Following the charges issued by the exchange by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Coinbase has been issued a show cause notice by 10 U.S. states. Moreover, the Alabama Securities Commission issued the document granting the company 28 days to prove why it should not be issued a cease and desist order. Now, legally, I don't know what this means. Is like as far as like, do they have to like now in 28 days? If they do, if they are issued a show cause notice in these states, do they have to stop operating in like 30 days if something doesn't happen? And the states, by the way, are South Carolina, New Jersey, Washington, Wisconsin, Maryland, California, Kentucky, Alabama, Vermont, and Illinois. Right. So if Coinbase is your on-ramp, you might consider now having your on-ramp be like Strike, where you can go on and buy Bitcoin on Strike and then move it to whatever exchange you want to move that Bitcoin to, like KuCoin or a Bitstamp or an Uphold. Or Uphold, also you can have in the US. That could be your on-ramp. If you want the World Economic Forum to directly see your stuff, LCX is able to operate in the US. That could be your on-ramp. But yeah, man, just all craziness is going on, just burning. Let's go look at BNB right now, right? I'm sure that's got a large hole in it right now. Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh wee. Still doesn't matter though to CZ. I don't think that much. Still not lower than it was in June 2022, right? And I'm sure people are going to buy up this dip. And isn't it interesting? Like, look at this GAN-FAN. Isn't it interesting how it just hit right there at this GAN-FAN point? It hit just right on it, right? Let's see. Like, it's a little bit under oversold, right? So if you're a conservative person, maybe Binance, maybe BNB is the thing for you. You come in here and buy it up, and maybe it goes back to 300, right? Not financial advice, but just, you know, if you're a conservative person, that might be the bargain for you, right? Personally, I like Algorand. But you know, if you're really, really conservative, maybe BNB is the bargain for you, right? So yeah, this is such an opportunity for us out here. Such an opportunity. Yep, exactly, GT Nuts. Exactly, right? Yeah, let's look at Cardano, like a huge hole in Cardano, I'm sure too. It's just crazy out here. It's crazy out here. What's up, Mainly Music? BNB going to get crushed when they get kicked out of the US. And believe me, they already got kicked out of Canada. Let's pull that information up. Binance leaves Canada. That's why I'm high on Steam Exchange. You know, I've talked about those guys before. We had them on my Benzinga show. Binance announces exit from Canada, citing regulatory concerns. And I knew about this for a while, actually, like talking to the guys at Steam Exchange. They were telling me, like, shoot, they were telling me that, like, I think like last year they were telling me that possibly something might go on with Binance. Like, you know, so So people were aware that stuff might have happened with them, Um, so there's that. I don't know if I should said that, but anyway, well, just pretend I didn't say that. Main news about Binance is even really publicized with their Russian oligarchy connection is very, very suspect. 100%, right? And this has been rumored for a long time. Excuse me, guys. Little stuffy nose. But yeah, it's been rumored for a while out here. Former federal prosecutor for DOJ led investigation for Mt. Gox, who is a board member of Coinbase, and Han Ventures worth $2 billion. Wow. Now SEC after Coinbase. Yeah, but like these guys always have shady people working for them. Like the FTX guy people had I know BitBoy, BitBoy did a great job covering it. I forget the guy he said that I can't remember the guy's name, but he was involved in a Poker Stars like scandal. And he was working for FTX. So it's like these guys always have shady guys working for them. And it's just cool. Which it just really makes you think, right? Like these people know how to get around things, right? Ooh, yeah. So mainly, maybe you're thinking that they drop more. It might be possible they might drop more, but I really think that Justin Sun and CZ together, they got this. I think Tron was also kicked out of somewhere. Did Tron get kicked out of Canada too? No, Tron got sued by the SEC as well. So yeah, so they also sued Justin Sun. So the crazy part for me is like, I know Justin Sun has like kind of like some WEF connections, right? But Justin Sun also used to work at Ripple. So these guys are kind of made guys, you know what I mean? Like it always makes me hesitant when I see these things because I know these guys, like all of these guys kind of run in the same circles, right? Um, but it is what it is, right? We see that Binance is at a discount, might be a great time to buy, right? I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Even though they might be doing wash trading, like they say that Binance and Tron are doing wash trading. I still think they have enough money where it's like, okay, if they're not in the US, they're fine with the rest of the world, right? They have the whole rest of the world. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? What's up, Shook Focus? Algo and Ada, yes, they'll definitely get ripped as well. Definitely. But Charles, like I said, Ada, all that LCX did for like a month or two when they did their launch pad, all they did was launch Ada projects. That's all they did. So even though Charles kind of like hints at like, oh, he doesn't care about the WEF and all of that. Oh, come on. He doesn't care about the WEF and all of that. They seem to care about him. And LCX lists ADA. So I'm not, I don't think I'm worried about ADA either. Yep. Thanks, mainly. Yep. Known about it for a while. So it wasn't, it's not news to people in the know that Binance was, kind of on shaky regulatory issues, like here in Canada and here, or I'm sorry, over in Canada and here in America. So okay, so if you read the emails between CZ and some interviewer, it'll open your eyes. Yeah, I heard about those, and I'm so sorry, guys. My nose is stuffy right now. I heard about those. It said that basically, like CZ was just kind of joking around about being unregistered, like selling unregistered securities in the U.S. But if you look at hold on, guys. I'm gonna freaking go blow my nose right quick because it's bothering me. Just give me a second. My apologies. But yeah, if you look at Binance USA, Courtney Johnson, leave Tron out of this. If you look at Binance USA, they definitely weren't listing coins like KuCoin lists everything. MEXC lists everything. They're definitely not out here listing all the coins that MXC is listing all different coins that KuCoin's listing. So it's like, for me, okay, then what was the regulatory issue then with Binance that you needed to get rid of them like that? What's the regulatory issue? And things that always kind of make me question too is like, CZ might have gotten rid of FTX, so to speak, right? But he was an investor in FTX. So it's like, okay, you were investing in them, bro. So maybe somebody just told you, okay, it's time to do the whole get rid of FTX thing. I don't know. Just saying. Maybe somebody said that, and maybe that was just the plan to begin with, because he was an investor in them. So I don't know, bro. It's just a thought there. Just a thought. So I always look at these as a side eye, with a little kind of like a little side eye, but market's gonna do what markets do, right? And like mainly just said, like I told you guys what I heard from the guys. Shout out to Steam Exchange. What I heard from those guys, it's like it was known. It's known. Like they say in Game of Thrones, it's known. Yeah, gotta bring Tron into this, because remember when CZ, like when they just said, I think it was a couple months ago, that Binance had all of these like funds taken out of it for some reason, right? And CZ is like, okay, it's no big deal. But then you had Justin Sun basically like give give him like, I don't know how much money it was, like 40 million or something like that. Not billion. I think it was like 40 million. And then they asked him about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I gave him 40 million because we've always been friends. You know, I hooked him up." Basically, even though Justin Sun supposedly is not the leader of Tron anymore, and they're decentralized, right? My man was just like, "Yeah, I gave him 40 million." So we know what that is, right? Um, they have a board, but he's still the guy who's pulling the strings, right? So we know what that is. You know who isn't listed on the H? Oh, there we go. You know who isn't listed on the SEC's list? H bar. It's funny you mentioned that, bro. It's funny you mentioned that. Let's get into that a little bit. So remember what we were talking about? I believe it was yesterday, guys. Remember how they were saying, let me see, I might still have that up right here. So very nice one there, my guy mainly. So McHenry, Thompson, Hill, and Johnson released the digital asset market structure proposal. And remember the guy Hill. I think that's French Hill. That's the same Hill that had on his page. Yeah, French Hill. This is the same Hill guy that had on his page that H bar might be used for a US CBDC. Let's see if we can find it. H bar US. Yeah, there it is. Congressman French Hill. Rumor, H bar working on the digital dollar with the central bank. Same French Hill. Same dude that's working on this. So it's a hugely nice misdirection that they're giving us right now. Like the whole crypto world's on fire. Meanwhile, they're working on a digital asset market structure proposal to basically loosen the ability for banks to be able to custody crypto, right? This historic joint effort between the House Committee on Financial Services aims to close the existing authority gaps between the CFTC and the SEC and bolster U.S. leadership and financial and technological innovation. And remember, we referenced this before with what my guy Trek with 2Ks said. Let me see. I hope I didn't like too many things so we don't get to see what I was. But this was from yesterday. It's good to bring it back up right now because it's always good to see kind of like the misdirect. Like, okay, while all of this crap is going on, we're kind of being misdirected from what's happening in the background, right? Well, here it is. Same thing, but if you kind of zoom in and zero in on this, it says the bill also attempts to fundamentally alter the definition of bank. Shout out to Trek with 2Ks. He's on this network too. Gentleman of Crypto. Check out Trek stuff. He does stuff on Metaverse and stuff like that. But another extremely knowledgeable and smart guy who's on this network. Best kept secret, boy. But anyways, this bill attempts to fundamentally alter the definition of bank per existing code. Banks currently receive deposits and exercising fiduciary powers. The bill includes the phrase or offering custody or safekeeping services, laying the groundwork for greater crypto access to banks, um, and for even more banks to have their applications approved. So the idea, I think, and the goal here would be, oh, don't keep your stuff in a ledger. Don't self custody your crypto. Come put it over here in the bank. That's better. It's safer. Meanwhile, they charge you fees or figure out ways to get your crypto out of your hands, right? And again, that goes exactly with what we were seeing, where the central bank is. And again, remember, they worded it in such a tricky kind of way, right? Central banks, the Bank of International Settlements wants banks digital asset exposure limited to 2% by 2025. But what that really actually says, January 1st, 2025, central banks will be able to have a 2% exposure to crypto, whereas right now they don't have any. So they worded it in a tricky manner, but if that's all lining up with that. So it's very interesting. Of course, it's like the Ronald Reagan thing, right? I'm tough on drugs, but meanwhile, I got Barry Seal flying the drugs in on a CIA helicopter, right? But anyways, so yeah. So mainly that I misconstrue what you were saying. You said no, not that. I'm a little behind on these comments, y'all. I'm sorry. You think they do a stable coin? US, everything will be tracked. Your income tax will be taken care of every time you off ramp. It's actually pretty ingenious and evil. Yeah, but don't stroke out again. We need you, brother. Hey, bro, I'm doing what I can to get stress out of my life. It's an ongoing process, and the least amount of stress I have in my life, the better I'll be. Yeah, get those views up. But see, I be talking too much real stuff. I need to learn how to keep my mouth shut and just toe the company line, right? HBAR is also in smart cities and clean energy, 100%. They're into that whole carbon credit thing. Everybody's looking to the left and okay, I'm backing up on Cardano, Algo, and HBAR scares me because I hate Hashpack. Okay. Man, I don't know what's going on with me today. My allergies must be on 5 today, like on fleek today. Yeah, man. So we got that stuff going on today. I think there was something else I was trying to cover that I may have missed here. Let me just review these articles here, guys. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of something. So basically, the way I think it's going to work and the way it's supposed to work is Tron and Binance will just have their place overseas, like in the BRICS nations and stuff like that. We've been over how Tron Tron already has like a digital yuan stable coin. They already have it. Tron already has it. So Tron and Binance will just be really big in Asia, in that area, right? Here in America, Ethereum, JP Morgan, um, it'll be big over here, right? Canada will just have to use Ethereum because, they're like, to borrow a phrase from, y'all know I'm from Michigan. I went to Michigan State. You know how Michigan always likes to call Michigan State little brother. Canada's basically little brother to the US, so they're probably going to use Ethereum. And that's going to have to be kind of like how it works. But I've been paying close attention to what the WEF is doing. And what the WEF is doing is they also are heavy in on HBAR, right? Shout out to Mainly for that. I'm glad you brought up HBAR because HBAR is one of those known cryptos that has ties to the WEF, right? And we just saw here how we just made that connection here, right? What's up, Be Like Water? In other news, there are wildfires going on in just a little bit of a digression into some different subjects. There are wildfires going on in Canada right now, right? Apparently, it looks like this in certain areas of New York, where they're getting these fires going on here. And if you come over here and look, this is from one of my videos from January 25th, 2020. This was talking about the Davos meeting in January. And they were talking about polycrisis. One of the things they said in that Davos meeting, large-scale environmental damage incidents. Like, that's in it. So it's amazing how they predict what's going to happen with the World Economic Forum, right? Because a lot of people think World Economic Forum is just a think tank, right? They're just a think tank of, idea makers, right? They're just a think tank. They're way. It seems to me like they're way bigger than a think tank. They also predicted Rona. So, yeah, so huge wildfires happening in Canada right now, and it's spreading over to the US as far as the smoke goes. So that's an interesting thing. Maybe I might have to have like crypto and down have a down part right here, right? Hashpack will have an interview with Lehman Barrett next week. Ooh, nice. On Twitter? Okay, I'm gonna have to catch that out. HBAR or LCX? Ooh, that's a good question. Can I say both? I'm about both. Both really for me. But if you gun to my head, I had to choose one. I'd probably say LCX. And the only reason that LCX would just kind of go a little bit higher for me is because the supply is lower. But if you think about all the things that HBAR has going on for it, like, don't force me to choose, bro. That's like, don't force me to choose. Yeah, I'm saying both. Both. Oh, that's what I wanted to go over. The Ripple news. Um, went over it a little bit yesterday, but these Hinman emails are supposed to be released on the 13th. Okay. So it's quite possible that we get a resolution in the case because they don't want to release the Hinman emails. So FYI, just be on the lookout for that. Let's bring up their price right quick. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. Let's bring that up again. If you look at the XRP price, it's in the high 50s. It was chilling in the 40s for a bit. Not high 50s. I'm sorry. Excuse me. The low 50s right now with Ripple. It's taking a while to load. Almost here. Here we go. So while all this crap is going on, XRP is actually kind of on the climb. So be interesting to see what happens on the 14th if these Hinman emails actually get released or if they don't. But seems like XRP is getting bought up in anticipation of that. But yeah, guys, I will be back on here coming up on Saturday. Hopefully my allergies aren't being so weird like they are right now. My apologies if this was really hard to listen to. Definitely join the Telegram if you guys haven't already. Shout out to my patrons who are out there. If you guys want to do Patreon, let's in a cup of coffee. Thank you guys so much for listening. And I'm out. See you guys Saturday at 9:30 in the morning. And yes, thank you so much for that information, mainly. You always provide very great information on here. I really appreciate you sharing. Thanks so much, guys. And I'm out. Peace.